Hey, it's a collaboration episode because those always work. Alright, I suppose I should alleviate some confusion. Why do I think it's a bad idea for this show in particular to have collaborations? Well, part of the reason is that none of the collabs before this have proven all that successful. Also, in most cases you could probably tell who wrote the episode without even looking, because each of the writers have their own distinct style. When those styles come together, the episodes can seem to come from two different visions entirely. I must also admit that the pairings we've had weren't exactly the best choices. An ideal pairing would be two writers covering each other's weaknesses, like say Dave Polsky's comedy fused with Cindy Morrow's heart and emotion. I'd say that this episode started to make me reconsider collaborations, but with Ed Valentine only having written one episode prior to this, it's kinda hard to say. The episode starts with Twilight getting a letter saying that Cadence is coming to visit. Then Fluttershy bursts in to say that she's given permission to observe the Breezies. No, we are not talking about that. It's a story I'm gonna have to tell you another day. There was blood everywhere. Pinkie Pie bursts in and is excited about used patio furniture. Now that's not too far out of the norm, I guess, but they're already pushing her character and we're not even at the title sequence. So Fluttershy takes off, and then Pinkie runs after her saying that she'll never forget her. And then she gets distracted by a balloon. We need to talk about Pinkie right now, because her recent portrayals have had me worried. Like, really worried. We critics tend to say that a character has been flanderized when they're slightly out of character or one of their characteristics has been exaggerated for the episode. Flanderization is actually a process that occurs over time. Take one of this character's traits and keep exaggerating more and more over time. Look, Pinkie is not the most intelligent character on the show, but let me make this clear. This is my rule of thumb of telling if Pinkie is in character. Pinkie Pie is not a dog. Pinkie Pie is not a child. Pinkie Pie is not an idiot. When the episode treats her like this, she's out of character. Treating her like any of those things is a detriment to her character as a whole. And with Pinkie's personality, flanderization can be very dangerous to the show as a whole. What I'm saying to the writers is that just be careful. There's a Pinkie episode next week, so they could probably stop a problem before it even really begins. Twilight says that Cadence is coming for a visit, and she wants that visit to be worry-free. And the best way to do that is to visit the Star Swirl Traveling Museum. A traveling museum doesn't sound very practical, but I can buy it. Finally, Cadence enters the scene, and hey look, it's Gary, who actually has about 70% more personality in this cameo than he had in the entire Equestria Girls movie. The funny part about that is that I'm not joking. I also do like that Twilight's princesshood is finally being addressed, and it's kind of about time. The rest of the group says that they're going to make sure nothing interrupts Twilight's day, when all of a sudden, Discord appears. He's apparently sick with something called the blue flu, which gives him blue skin and random sneezes that make his powers go out of control.
Could somebody find me a fainting couch?
And that's how you do one of those self-aware jokes. Discord says that he's looking for Fluttershy to nurse him back to health, but since she's not here, the rest of the main six are going to have to help him. Rainbow dashes off, Pinkie Pie gets sent away by a balloon. Look, this is really starting to piss me off, and I'm going to keep deducting points every time you make her act stupid. The only ponies left are Applejack and Rarity, who accidentally tell Discord about Cadence and Twilight, and then get sick themselves. So Cadence and Twilight are wandering through the museum, which looks more like a bazaar, when Discord appears, and he convinces Twilight to let him stay at her place, which is the main point of the episode, 11 minutes in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this problem came from Ed Valentine. I mean, so far he's proven himself to be a pretty good writer, but man, do his setups take way too long. I can only imagine what it'd be like if he was writing for an 11-minute episode cartoon. Also, Discord is using the same technique that Fluttershy used on him. And yes, he's the kind of person who should be doing that kind of one-sided relationship manipulating. They get Discord to Twilight's house, and he starts singing. It's definitely an interesting song with some really creative visuals, and some pretty damn clever references. It's almost like Aladdin's Friend Like Me, except in reverse. The song as a whole, though, I don't exactly know how to feel towards it. Discord then reveals that there's a magic flower that could cure him. The only problem is that it grows at the edge of Equestria. Discord will show them where it is, but they need to fly him in a giant golden chariot.
Doing okay there? To be honest, I'm a little out of practice when it comes to flying.
Kinda thought that Twilight would be a little more out of practice than Cadence. You know, being the newest Alicorn there and having done no flying since the season premiere. The two of them get there and find that the flower is incredibly fucking huge. They pull out of the ground and get attacked by that thing. And then we get one of the best fight scenes that I have seen in quite some time. At the end, they put rocks on top of the hole. Why does everyone on this show think that covering something with rocks is a good permanent solution? It's not. At all. Then we find out that Discord was faking his illness. And yeah, it was really transparent. That's not actually my problem with this. My problem is that as transparent as it was, neither Cadence or Twilight even considered that Discord may have been faking. Then we learned that Discord got Twilight to go to the answer equestria to prove that she was his friend. Wow, he really has grown since Keep Calm and Flutter On, hasn't he? More likely than not, he was just trying to ruin Cadence's visit. Which he fails to do because Cadence thought that her day-to-day life lacked excitement. Weird that she thinks that considering that she nearly died twice. But whatever, Shining Armor's got some work to do. The worm thing pops back up and gets Discord sick for real this time. Hey, it's a collaboration that actually worked. Wow, I still don't think that this was an ideal pairing. It fused Megan McCarthy's strengths with Ed Valentine's weaknesses, which, considering the last collaboration, is definitely better than it could have been. But, for what it's worth, once the plot actually got going, the episode was entertaining all the way through, and for various reasons. It's just that it took way too long for things to actually get going. This might not have bothered me that much, but it's the exact same problem in the last Ed Valentine episode, and it's something that he seriously has to work on. And speaking of things that need working on, good luck, Amy Keating Rogers. Fix this problem before it starts.